A Day to Remember was founded in the spring of 2003 by guitarist Tom Denny and drummer Bobby Scruggs. Singer Jeremy McKinnon was quickly deemed the third band member when Tom Denny asked him if he wanted to join as a vocalist.
It started off with Tom, our original guitar player. He just called me up one day. He's like, hey man, we're starting a new band. He actually didn't want to play heavy music anymore. He's like, I don't want to play heavy music anymore and I know you can sing. You want to start a band? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Mine kind of sucks and nobody gives a crap that's in my band right now, so.
Tom Denny called Jeremy and said he was starting a new band and asked if Jeremy wanted to sing for them. Initially, they were both in random local bands in Ocala, Florida. Jeremy in All for Nothing, and Tom in 2 Days Too Late. But then they wrote a song together, and they loved it. They said it was better than anything their other bands had ever come up with.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all races, right here in the great state of Oklahoma, the heavyweight champions of the...
They didn't have a band name yet, so in the first week, they went through a TV guide at Tom Denny's house and they found a movie called End of an Era. They liked it, so they made that their name. The very next day, they had practiced with one of Bobby Scruggs' friends, and that friend's girlfriend had just randomly come up with the name A Day to Remember, so they got him to stay in the band because they liked the name. That friend stayed in the band for a few weeks, but was eventually kicked out because he walked off of every show they played.
How did you guys come up with your name?
We used to have this guy who was in our band that our old drummer kind of forced to be in the band. He was really terrible, but his girlfriend came up with the name A Day to Remember, and we were looking for a name, and I kind of liked that one. I was like, what if we just use that? And everybody's like, sure, sounds good. And then we kicked him out like a week later because he was terrible. So we just took the name, kicked the guy out.
A Day to Remember's original bassist and rhythm guitarist didn't work out, and were soon replaced by guitarist Neil Westfall and bassist Joshua Woodard. Neil also happened to be in the band 2 Days Too Late with Tom Denny, while Josh was actually a fan of ADTR. A Day to Remember practiced in Jeremy McKinnon's garage, who was living with his parents at the time. Between late summer and early fall of 2004, they released an independent EP titled Halos for Heroes, Dirt for the Dead. They handed out this album during the band's DIY tour in 2004, going on to play over 200 house shows that year, helping make a name for themselves. The material for the EP was written in Jeremy McKinnon's garage, all in one day, live in studio in Gainesville, Florida. The extended play was self-released and was limited to 2,000 copies, which were all sold at their live shows. The release of this EP helped the band get signed to Indianola Records. The cover art was adapted for the release of the band's 2007 album, For Those Who Have Heart. As of 2012, Neil Westfall said the band has no plans to re-release this EP. A music video for Breathe Hope in Me was filmed during the band's high school days. This video was leaked onto the internet nearly 7 years later, in April of 2011. Their second EP was self-titled and released in January of 2005. It was more of a demo and a precursor to their debut studio album, as it contained demo versions of 6 of the songs. Through Indianola Records on May 20th, 2005, they released their first studio album, and their name was Treason. Jeremy McKinnon said that the entire album was recorded probably within 3 days in Andrew Wade's bedroom in his parents' house, which is credited in the album booklet as the Wade Studio. The album features samples from various films throughout, with the song Intro featuring a sample from the movie Donnie Darko,
Life isn't that simple. I mean, who cares if Ling Ling returns to
1958 with a sample from The Boondock Saints, and Sound the Alarm features audio from Shaun of the Dead. When speaking about the lyrical themes on the record, Tom Denny said that they were all experiences that Jeremy McKinnon had. It's all based on life. A few of the songs were written by ADTR when they were teenagers, such as 1958, Heartless, and You Should Have Killed Me When You Had the Chance, the latter being one of the first songs the band ever wrote. 1958 was written about a temporary drummer who threatened to go to Jeremy's parents' house with a baseball bat, the number 1958 being the last 4 digits of his phone number. Tom Denny also added that that song talks about family and us sticking together, no matter what. And Their Name Was Treason sold over 10,000 copies in the US since its release, with little advertising and no media exposure.
We got 2 more songs left for you. Stick around for the other bands. They're all awesome guys, and everybody's got merch. Go check it out in the back. This next song, it's an older one. We put it out on our phones about a year ago on Indianola Records. Go check it out if you like what you hear. Like I said, these last 2 songs are off that record, so this song's on our MySpace, or at least it was for a long time. This song's called 1958.
Day to Remember toured in the US in the summer of 2005 to promote their record, along with the bands Caldwell and Orion. The tour continued throughout October and November, with Foreknown and Blessed by a Broken Heart as supporting acts. The band's travel vehicles were financed by Jeremy McKinnon's parents. Day to Remember won a spot on Warped Tour 2005 and played a single set on August 5th on the Ernie Ball Battle of the Bands stages, although no video footage exists of this performance.
Shake your tail feathers.
Shortly before the beginning of one tour, drummer Bobby Scruggs told the band that he wasn't going, and that he wasn't going to continue with the band. So Josh and Neil recruited Alex Shellnut only 3 days before going on tour.
How did you meet? I was trying to steal Alex from a metal band, and I begged his mother to let him come forward with my band because our drummer was hooked to heroin.
Yeah, that's actually a true story.
But it has a good ending, so it's okay.
I don't do heroin, I don't do drugs.
Alex loves happy endings.
I love happy endings.
Upon being asked, Alex's response was, "Ask my mom," as he was 15 at the time.
We're on a bunch of different local bands and stuff, and then we found Alex because our old drummer quit, and he was in this little side band that our guitar player and our bass player had, and he was really young, and we were looking for a drummer, and he was 15, so it was just like a joke, and we were just like, "Hey, you want to come on tour?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'll ask my mom," and she said yes. So really crazy story, and in the long run, we got to keep him, and he's great, and I love him.
Neil Westfall said that the group started sounding like a professional band once Alex joined. He said, "He gave us something we never had before."
How is this experience with you being 18 and your bandmates being older?
It's just weird because A Day to Remember has been a band from where we live 2 years before I joined the band. So I was never really a fan of the band, but I've listened to them a lot, just because they were big around our area. So I knew all the songs, and then when I got an opportunity to go on tour, I couldn't say no because, helping friends out and going on tour, and then just kind of went from there. It's just weird because I wasn't even in the band when I first toured. I was just a fill-in, and then now I'm in the band. It's weird. 3 years later.
A music video for A Second Glance was released in 2006. ADTR left Indianola as they thought the label would not be able to take them to the next level, as Jeremy said.
Talking about why you need a label. Oh yeah. Well, we were gonna break up because after that record we were like, this label isn't big enough to get us to the next level. So we have to get onto another label, or there's really no point of even putting out this next record and spending another 2 years of our lives on it. Because the label was literally going to give us maybe $1,000 to record. Yeah. For those who have heart, and we were like, we're not recording this record like that. This deserves more.
It's about as dirty as we get, so this is for all you metalheads out there. This all the old city, it's called Heartless.
Victory Records auditioned the band in June of 2006, and following a week-long worth of phone calls, ADTR were told of Victory's interest in signing them. They reportedly signed a deal with them the next month in July. And their name was Treason's success helped the band sign with Victory Records. Before the release of the next album, a few songs were made available for streaming via the band's MySpace, including The Plot to Bomb the Panhandle, Fast Forward to 2012, The Danger in Starting a Fire, A Shot in the Dark, and Show 'Em the Ropes. commercial to promote the album was released on January 4th, 2007. ADTR's second studio album, For Those Who Have Heart, was released on January 22nd, 2007.
Dallas, Texas. Open this forum. You fucking liar.
When asked what message the album was trying to convey, Jeremy McKinnon said that the whole record was about pretty much standing up for yourself, and a lot of people do really shitty things to you. He said that's what was happening to us, a lot, and that you shouldn't back down from people.
What the fuck, sir?
On March 8th, 2007, the band released a music video for The Plot to Bomb the Panhandle, which featured arguably the most known porn star ever, Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, so was there some overall message or direction that you guys are trying to get with the new album? Is it just pretty much?
I saw someone nodding. Yeah, you don't know? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The whole record was just about pretty much standing up for yourself, and a lot of people do really shitty things to you, and I don't know. That's what was happening to us a lot, and that record was just pretty much you should stand up for yourself. You shouldn't back down from people. You know what I mean? Because like most of the time they're full of shit anyway. So.
You need to be patient with things. You don't need to like rush into like, oh, this studio is like kind of cheap and it sounds decent. We'll go record like 10 songs in a day and then put it out for free. That's not what you do, because that impresses no one. It's a waste of money unless you're just using it for like writing better songs for your personal you personally, never to be released, because we have like an entire record. It's not released. It's terrible. Okay. We did that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every band does it. They record this shit and then it's just worthless. What you need to do, you have to save up the money. You have to invest in going to somebody who's going to make you sound good. Okay. Have to do it. So this isn't the kind of field you want to be in if you don't have money. So if you're not going to work hard at this, you might as well just get out of here. Because like I was working like 40 hours a week. All my money was going to our band. Everybody else was doing the same thing. And we put all our money into like getting awesome equipment. We got a good sounding recording, but we got lucky. It was a cool kid. We're actually going to be recording our new record with him. Seems like a good way.
On March 14th, ADTR appeared at Victory's showcase event, South by Southwest. In May, the band toured alongside Drop Dead Gorgeous on their US West Coast tour. In July and August, they supported The Sleeping on their US tour.
Blink-182's back together also, I heard.
Really?
You heard it here from Neil Westfall.
That's big. And Limp Bizkit?
They're already back together. We did a collab with them at home.
By September, it was announced that For Those Who Have Heart had sold over 20,000 copies. On September 29th, 2007, A Day to Remember played a show at Centerpoint Church in their hometown of Ocala, Florida. attendees at the venue were going so crazy that people were getting serious injuries like broken bones and concussions. Everyone was still going insane and mostly having a blast until a police officer jumped on stage and stopped everything. The show was shut down halfway through their 12-song set because of the injuries and the complete chaos of the crowd. The police officer and the church venue allowed ADTR to play one last song.
hear. There you go, so pay attention. Make some noise on the song you want to hear. You guys want to hear the second class? Thank you, California. We have officially just put that one in the bag. We're gonna play that again. Alright, guys. Or you want to hear? You got two more choices. You want to should kill me when you had a chance? One more chance. Now, if you wanted to hear this next song, you better make some noise, because that's gonna be hard to beat. How many of you guys want to hear the Plastic Ball of Fame?
But the skip steps, you got to put down the money, get a good recording. You gotta save up, get good equipment. Everybody wants to like rush shit out too, like they put it out before like they're ready. I think seriously you should do those two steps, get some merchandise. It doesn't have to be a lot, like maybe a shirt or two. Get your MySpace, get some nice pictures made, and then make yourself a MySpace. I mean, if you really want to go all out, get yourself like a merch store and everything, and then out of nowhere, boom, start playing shows. You got awesome equipment, you sound awesome. They buy your record, they like your record because it sounds good. You're selling them t-shirts, and you're just continuing.
In early to mid-October, A Day to Remember supported Silverstein on their headlining tour of the US from late October to early December. ADTR toured in the UK for the first time in January of 2008 and were nominated for Best International Newcomer for the 2008 Kerrang Awards, but lost to Black Tide. On February 4th, 2008, a re-recording of You Should Have Killed Me When You Had the Chance from the band's first studio album was posted on their MySpace page. A reissue of For Those Who Have Heart was released a little over a year after the original, on February 19th, 2008. The reissue has a different cover art, as well as 4 bonus tracks. The bonus tracks include a new song, recorded especially for the reissue titled Why Walk on Water When We've Got Boats, 2 songs recorded from And Their Name Was Treason, Heartless, and the aforementioned You Should Have Killed Me When You Had the Chance, and a cover of the Kelly Clarkson song, Since You've Been Gone.
Alright, boys. I want everybody out here singing sex songs about how you fucking know it. I can't breathe from the burning side. Still moving on. This is now. Never can.
In addition to the bonus tracks, there's a bonus DVD with footage of A Day to Remember's performance in their hometown of Ocala, 2 music videos, and behind-the-scenes footage of recording and commentary on the re-release. The re-release came about after Victory asked the band whether or not they were going to do a new album. Joshua Woodard said they weren't ready to do a new album, so Victory asked them if they'd be interested in doing a re-release, with new artwork and by adding a few new songs. When talking about the new song, Why Walk on Water When We've Got Boats, the band said they wanted to do a fast-paced song. Jeremy McKinnon admitted that they just kinda winged it for that song, but they did have some ideas from being on tour and messing around. Josh Woodard said the inspiration for the tempo of that song comes from, quote, "We've all been listening to a lot of faster stuff, like Comeback Kid, and stuff like that. And I don't know, just sitting here one day, let's write a fast song."
So how do you guys think that as a band, how do you think you've grown since your first album?
I think we all started writing more. Like before, like it would just be like, hey, I came up with this song, and now like everyone throws like their parts in, and we like actually like sit down and like jam together. So we never used to do that.
So it is a group process?
Yeah, definitely.
ADTR chose Since You've Been Gone as their cover song because Jeremy McKinnon said he thought it would embody what we are as a band by taking like the poppiest thing ever and still making it hard enough to where kids fight at our show over it. In February and March of 2008, A Day to Remember went on a US tour alongside Silverstein, The Devil Wears Prada, Protest the Hero, and Four Letter Lie. The music video for The Danger in Starting a Fire was posted online on Leap Day, 2008. In early April, the band appeared at the Bamboozle Left Festival in California. In June and July, the group performed at the 2008 edition of Warped Tour. A music video for Since You've Been Gone appeared on YouTube on July 23rd.
You guys have a Since You've Been Gone music video out, which is pretty cool. How was making that?
That was
Awkward.
awkward.
Why is that?
Very awkward.
It's just a ridiculous video.
It's pretty funny. It's really cool. It's pretty good.
A big spoof on her video.
I figured that, yeah.
Yeah, and tried to make it as retarded as possible, obviously. And
Yeah, you go from just like singing to like a breakdown. It's pretty funny. It's cool.
we just tried to have as much fun with it as possible.
Right.
Because if we didn't, that would have been the most awkward video ever.
It still kind of is.
Yeah, it still kind of is.
kind of is.
But we had a good time, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Start actually 100%. If just think about that, like you do this shit over time, and like maybe kids will like you, but most of that you're just gonna waste your money over a long period that you're doing this, and then like either kids will make fun of you, you'll give up. You know what I mean? You just got to do it, and then just go from there. You know, start selling your CDs around your hometown. If you start growing in your hometown, which you should, if you got the good recording, and then you start playing out places, and then it just all keeps growing from that.
In September and October, the band went on a US tour with Newfound Glory.
You're on tour with Newfound Glory, Crime in Stereo, and For You're Strong. How's that been so far?
It's been really great because we're all really big fans of Newfound Glory, and we've been friends with everybody in the other bands like Crime and Stereo and For You're Strong. We've been on tour with those guys a lot, so it's pretty much just like a big group of friends, and then you get to watch this amazing band that you grew up listening to. So it's been really awesome.
The Plot to Bomb the Panhandle was available as downloadable content in the video game Rock Band 3. The album peaked at number 17 on the Heatseekers album chart in the US, while the reissue charted at number 43 on the top independent albums chart. The album was rather praised by critics, including alternative music news source Absolute Punk, who said the album improved on every level from their previous album.